and boost away. Don't hit a mountain.
Oh.
Oh,
Hit a mountain.
Too late. Hit a mountain. That's all right.
I said boost away, and he's just like, I don't care what's in front of me, we're going. Hello and welcome back to Star Citizen. My name is Evenlease, and today on 10 Minutes More or Less Ship Review, right behind me, the Drake Buccaneer. Let's go ahead and take a look. All right, welcome back to another review. Thank you, Cypher1, What124, WinRAR42, and RC the Vixen for joining me on today's review of the Drake Buccaneer. This is a light fighter that is interceptor tuned, and it's a very capable machine depending on what you're fighting. Currently in the verse, if you're going after something like a meteor or something pretty quick, or even other light fighters, this thing can put up quite the fight. It is priced at $110 on the Pledge Store, or you can buy it in game for $1,580,040 aUEC. Definitely not a terrible price point for what this thing is capable of, and with that you do have a 5-minute and 24-second claim time or a 1-minute and 48-second expedited claim time. But again, you won't see these claim times because by the time you need to claim the ship, it'll already be ready for you in the background, which is pretty cool, and it's a pretty nice feature of the newest insurance system. Now, if you're looking at what damage output this ship has for the pilot, it's 2,760 stock burst damage per second due to the 1 size 4 Revenant ballistic gat on the top, the 2 size 1 Yellow Jacket GT210s, and the 2 size 3 CF337 Panthers. Now, taking a look at each one of these weapons, as you can see on screen, they are pretty decent weapons for being put on a light fighter. Their output damage is a little bit lower than what you would hope for, especially given a lot of the damage gates in the game right now, but they are capable. Now, your biggest problem is the round speed on each one of them will potentially make it to where you have multiple pips on screen, and that's not something you want to do. You'll be chasing one pip at a time, trying to figure out, hey, which one am I aiming for? Am I actually hitting the target? And that can be a very big concern. So the suggestion is to swap all those weapons out for something along the same, right? So you want to have all deadbolts, or you want to put like an 84B up there, as well as something close to that round speed, as close as you can get, and kind of mess with your loadout a bit there. It's a fun machine, and it does come with that capability of modifying your loadout however you like. So it is recommended to go ahead and take a look at that and kind of swap out these guns when you can. Now, you also have 2 size 2 Tempest 2 cross-section missiles and 2 size 2 Ignite 2 infrared missiles. Both these missiles, they're okay, but infrared and cross-section are notorious for not being able to gain a target lock, especially when you're fighting other ships around your size, like an Arrow, a Gladius, a Talon, anything like that with a very small cross-section or infrared, and they're already going to have a very big complication in locking. Now, remember, with cross-section missiles, you do have to ping to actually get a lock, but again, it's probably recommended to switch those missiles out for EMs, as they lock a lot better. Now, talking about its defensive capability, you do have a total of 2,160 bubble shield, which is okay, but in the current 4.8 version, it's all ballistics meta. So what happens is, well, you don't even have to worry about your bubble shield. Your shields don't really matter because everything is just penetrating anyways, and it's more concerned about your armor, which you have 2,160 ship armor with a 9 physical deflection and an 8 energy deflection, which means anything short of a handgun or a rifle is going to damage it. So you have to be very careful about what you're fighting. You're instantly taking damage and instantly taking component damage. Now, thankfully, this ship does come with pretty good components, some of the best actually, for its power plant and its cooler, sitting at the JS300 military grade A, which is the best one you'd want to put on this thing, as well as Polar military grade B coolers. You could swap those out for stealth coolers just to give you a bit more power generation, and then your shields you'd want to move out. If you really are concerned about your shields, push that either to a stealth if you want a little bit more stealth, or push it to a military grade B, C, or A shield generator to give you just a little bit more shield, just in case you run into something that is using lasers. Now, you also have a total of 9,480 280 ship HP. But again, the ship HP is more of a concern of its full and final explosion, but the components on your ship will die well before then. So just try not to get hit as best you can, which shouldn't be too difficult because this ship is very fast. It is interceptor tuned, sitting at a total SCM of 240 with a 600 forward boost, a 260 backwards boost, and a top nav speed of 1,400. It's definitely a very quick machine, and it's really good at hunting other ships that are really fast, something like the Meteor or otherwise. This thing is a killer. It's able to track those ships down with no issue. Now, after taking a look at your speed, you do have a maneuverability of 49, 42, 155 pitch yaw roll, which isn't terrible. I mean, she's kind of in the medium fighter realm with that pitch yaw roll, but with its current speed, that's understandable. And then boosted is 59, 50, 186. Now, you also have flight blades for this ship. So if you were to install the B flight blade, it would give you a top SCM speed of 232 with a pitch yaw roll of 50, 43, 157. So a little bit more maneuverability for less speed, but you are dropping 8 meters per second with only a maneuverability increase of 1 point. I don't think that's worth it. But then if you swap over to the TSB kit, which is actually a pretty decent kit for this thing, you upgrade that speed from 240 SCM to 248 SCM with a 610 forward boost. Now you drop your maneuverability down to 48, 41, 153, so you lose a little bit of that edge there, but you gain such a ridiculous amount of speed, it would be hard for anything to outrun you. Now, outside of all of that, you do have 48 flares and 5 decoys, as well as 7.5 SCU of hydrogen fuel and 1.3 SCU of quantum fuel. Now, if we're taking a look at the ship in the first person, which we'll do really quick, and I'll give you a little bit of a view of the cockpit, it does not have a gold standard pass. It does not have a components pass. It doesn't have anything of the sort. So when you're walking around, you can see that there's no buttons to press. There's no way to access anything in here. No way to access the components. No way to access anything. Now, if I go up to the cockpit and I press and I hold that button, you have enter ship, open ladder, open pilot canopy, open storage. So you can open your storage via this menu, and you do have a total of 250,000 micro SCU, which is pretty decent. So let's go ahead and get into the ship. You can go ahead and check out that enter animation. It is pretty decent, pretty straightforward. Now, once you're in here, you do have 4 MFDs and your radar. 2 of your MFDs are below your sight line, depending on your FOV. So easily just look down. If you're using beam eye tracker, it's definitely recommended, allowing you to move your heads just like this in game, just using your webcam or iPhone or Android device. It's pretty cool, and it's one-to-one integration from Star Citizen to the app. Take a look at that down in my comments below. It's pretty awesome. And hey, check it out. It's only $30. If you already have a webcam, you're good to go. It's a really cheap and awesome way to get head tracking in the game. This thing it's a pretty cool looking interior. It's very Drake. And it just looks pretty decent. But the problem being, right ahead of you, you have Strut. It's Strut City, right? It almost feels like you're getting into an RSI ship, but it's not too terrible. You do have really good upwards visibility, as well as visibility to your sides. Definitely not bad by any means. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and do some PvP fights with some people I know in the Arena Commander and see how I fare against other ships. Let's go ahead and take a look. Due to each battle lasting 5+ minutes because you have to joust with this thing or you're going to die, I'm just going to show you the end of each fight.
Friendly fire. Shield system is hit. Shield system. Friendly fire. Friendly fire. Friendly fire. Shield system is hit. Friendly fire. Friendly fire. Friendly fire. Friendly fire. Weapon system destroyed. Engines destroyed.
right, as you can see, this is a very complicated machine. The Buccaneer is a very, very talented and good interceptor in its class, especially in the right hands. Someone that puts a lot of time and effort in learning this machine and how it works could probably make the best out of it and could just run all day long without ever getting destroyed. But in everybody else's hands, this thing is pretty complicated because you can't get into a knife fight. The second you do, you're probably going to lose. Your maneuverability really does affect you. The maneuverability of this ship is not good. But then again, it's an interceptor, supposed to be fast. It's supposed to come in and hit the target and kind of leave and then kind of do that again. You're supposed to joust with this ship. My overall score for this ship is going to be a 79 out of 100. Like I said, it's solid, but it is situational. You do have lamp, which is great. You do have a storage locker if you use it through the cockpit, but you don't have a gold standard pass, no weapon racks, of course, no engineering terminal or fire extinguishers. You really wouldn't. But also, it's just a very complicated machine. Its stock power plant supports no normal use. You have to honestly take away from your coolers, or you have to change your coolers to stealth coolers to allow yourself to have all that power available. Even if you switch over to ballistics, you're not going to have full shield and engines without switching out your coolers. So that's something you want to do. And then right away, the stock weapons are useless. Get rid of those as soon as you can. Your cockpit visibility is pretty poor as well. You have a lot of struts in your way in comparison to a lot of light fighters out there in the game. Your pitch yaw roll doesn't feel good at all. When you're blowing through a target, that's fine. But when you decide to turn and actually face your target while they're catching up to you, it does take you a good second or two in comparison to any other ship in this class, and that is where it could get you killed. So make sure when you are fighting in this thing to get some distance before, turning around. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here for the Buccaneer. What a great ship. Soon coming up, the Ironclad base, as well as many other ships. So keep an eye out. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. And of course, I'll see you all in the next one. If you're building a new PC, go through longshipindustries.com, a veteran-owned mom-and-pop business that takes pride in every single build. He built my personal rig, which you can actually see featured on the website. The care, warranty, and customer support are top tier. Trust Longship Industries for your next build.